Hijabs and hoodies deemed baddies, not goodies. Blame for society's ills, justifying reason to kill. Looking for a scapegoat, taking us by the throat or with the shot of a gun. No need after to hide or run, because the law doesn't protect the victim. It defends them, the murderers and racists endorsing their hatred. Blame the hood, the cap, the locks, the hijab, the braids, the head wrap, the kufi, the turban, the skull cap, the tam, the scarf, the cornrows, the way your hair grows. But really, it's about the race, the religion, the face of the person wearing, not what they're wearing. Call it ignorance or fearing, but it's the hatred of being racist, Islamophobic, xenophobic, thinking that justifies the theft of lives. Imagine if having your face meant your child wasn't safe when they walked on the street, fearful of who they might meet. If buying a packet of candy from the store placed danger at their door. Imagine having to warn your child daily of the dangers that might be. Look out, son, for the EDL, the BMP, the KKK, and the police as you go on your way. Oh, and generally crazed racists armed with weapons to cause you harm. Bag of Skittles, can of iced tea doesn't sound menacing to me. Beautiful face crowned by a warm hoodie. Could have been Obama's son, your son, my son, but he was the son of his pops and mum, now shocked, distraught, grieving, weeping, feeling hurt and dejected, miserably failed and rejected by a state, the law, the system that doesn't protect the victim but allows the perpetrator to claim self-defense, whilst the law accepts this pretense and records the death of another beautiful, bright, young man as a statistic, dusted and done. Their lives were precious, unique, special. To them, their family, not another's to rule. Every young person with dreams and aspirations is someone else's inspiration. But to the authorities who treat them with disdain, they only had themselves to blame. It was the way they looked, spoke, dressed that justified stabbing, shooting them in the head, the chest. Negative, racist, ignorant, stereotyping, which led to them lying there, fighting for one last breath of life-filled air, while snapshots of their time here flash before them, signaling the end. For now they must transcend, seeking peace in a better place, whilst knowing it was just because of their race that their life was stolen, and in that final moment praying that history will not repeat and the good people will defeat the evil of prejudice and racism, stamp on the hatred of discrimination, drive through justice to replace the injustice. So now, that's what we must do, because if we don't, it could be me or you, next day, next month, next year, and the horror of that is too much to bear. It's time to rise, stand, mobilize, and whilst we dry our eyes of tears wet for lives taken, whilst we feel our bodies shaking, whilst our anger is raw and feelings bitter, we must remember we're better than those responsible for these crimes against humanity, not allow our standards to be lowered by their profanity. Channel our anger into action and unity, rise together with dignity, and determined resolve against the system that allowed our loved ones to be labelled victim, until we see justice is fully, not partially, served, and those responsible receive what they deserve.